Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yovita. Today, I will be presenting my research entitled The Role of Leadership Commitment, Human Resource Competence Mediated by Information Technology in State-Owned Asset Management at the Indonesia Food and Drug Authority. This study aims to investigate the extent to which these factors contribute to the management of state-owned assets. The background: the importance of state-owned assets management in Indonesia Food and Drug Authority. IFDA is responsible for ensuring the safety and quality of food and drugs in Indonesia, and the state-owned assets are crucial for IFDA's operations. The state-owned asset management based on Government Regulation Number 27 of 2014. Concerning about state-owned assets management and change to Government Regulation Number 28 of 2020. This is the definition of state-owned assets, the asset manager, the asset user, and the proxy of asset user. The state-owned assets management follows a cycle encompassing planning, administration, utilization status, determination, disposal, and write-off. Based on Government Regulation 28 of 2020, all goods purchased or acquired under the state revenue and expenditure budget or from other legitimate source are considered as state-owned assets. As all assets are procured using state funds, the state-owned assets report is an integral part of the annual report. Asset Management Index is a measure of the quality of state-owned assets management as one of the supporters for good governance. Asset Management Index is issued through the Minister of Finance degree. This is a performance indicator for asset management in an organization, and the goal is to strengthening of good governance in state-owned asset management. Asset Management Index encompasses the entire range of own assets management. To implement strategic plan, it is necessary to utilize information technology, enhance the competency of human resource, and ensure the leadership commitment to achieve long-term strategic goals. With various findings regarding the influence of these factors, the topic, the role of leadership commitment and human resource competency in the role of information technology of managing state-owned assets in Indonesia Food and Drug Authority will be conducted. The objective is to explore the influence of these variables. This research aims to design effective strategies and policies to improve the management of state-owned assets and the quality of public service. Considering the complexity of state-owned assets management, a comprehensive strategic management approach is required. This research aims to reveal the extent to which the role of leadership commitment, human resource competence, and the utilization of information technology in addressing the complexities of state-owned assets management. Research questions. This research wants to know, for the direct influence, how do leadership commitment, employee competence, and information technology influence the state-owned asset management? And then the indirect influence. Does leadership commitment, the employee competence influence state-owned asset management through information technology intermediaries? And how about variable interaction? How does the interaction between leadership commitment, employee competence, and information technology influence state-owned assets management? The primary objective of this research is to empirically examine the degree to which leadership commitment, employee competence, and information technology contribute to enhancing the effectiveness of state-owned asset management within the Indonesia Food and Drug Authority. This study also seeks to understand the interrelationship and mutual influence among these three variables. The benefits of research. Academically, this research can contribute to the exciting body of knowledge of state-owned assets management, particularly within the context of the Food and Drug Authority. The findings of this study can serve as a reference for historians and other research interested in the field of state-owned assets management. Theoretically, this research can contribute to the literature on the impact of technology, human resource competence, and leadership commitments on state-owned assets management. The results can enrich exciting knowledge or provide a basis for comparison with established theories. Practical benefits. This research can contribute to theoretical understanding of the factors influencing state-owned assets management in government institutions. Furthermore, it can provide practical recommendations for the Indonesia Food and Drug Authority to enhance state-owned assets management by increasing the utilization of information technology, developing employee competencies, and reinforcing leadership commitment. Theoretical framework. Scientific theoretical studies are presented to obtain guidelines for deepening issues. The theoretical review is divided into three sections: grand theory, middle theory, and applied theory. Grand theory definition is broad and abstract theories explaining various phenomena. In this study, we used stewardship theory. Managers act as stewards for owners or stakeholders, emphasize accountability, transparency, long-term sustainability, and ethical responsibility in asset management. Middle range theory. Specific and focused theories explaining particular aspects of social or scientific reality. This study used resource-based view or RBV focuses on exploiting organizational resource for competitive advantage. In asset management, it helps identify and maximize the use of available resources. Applied theories designed for practical application, often used in policy, technology, or professional practice development. Organizational commitment and leadership theory. Leadership is the ability to influence a group toward the achievement of a vision or set of goals. Leadership commitment and organizational commitment are interconnected. When leaders demonstrate a strong commitment, employees are more likely to feel motivated. Transformational leadership motivates and develops human resource, encourage innovation and information technology use. Human resource competence, understanding the relationship between knowledge, skills, and attitudes in asset management. Technology acceptance models explains how users accept and use technology. Management theory, a process involving planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling to achieve organizational goals. Ensures organizational efforts and resources are directed toward asset management goals. Variable leadership commitment. Leadership commitment encapsulates a leader's internal resolve, their promise to fulfill their duties and roles in aligning with organizational values. It encompasses the provision of support, direction, and accountability by organizational leaders. Government Regulation Number 28 of 2020, Article Number 6, underscores the pivotal role of asset user officials in managing state-owned assets. Effective asset management necessitates leadership commitment at all levels, from top management to frontline staff. A lack of leadership commitment can hinder asset management efforts and lead to complex issues. By Shimamura and Halim, leaders influence others to achieve organizational goals. Research by Holbert in 2021 highlights the significant impact of leadership on employee performance and job satisfaction. Effective leaders provide clear direction, foster a positive management culture, and motivate employees to actively participate in asset management by Schreger and Nurbaiti. Leadership commitment manifests in various forms, including active involvement, the establishment of written policies, and effective policy communication. Research by Barnas. Demonstrating commitment involves allocating sufficient resources, disseminating policies to all employees, and providing necessary training. These actions empower employees to implement programs in accordance with regulation by Muhaimin et al. 2023. The indicators of leadership commitment used in this study refer to leadership theory and previous research by Puspita Rini, Siregar, and Barnas. And indicators: leader involvement, leader support, policy or regulation, policy communication, training and rewards, transparency and accountability. Employee competence refers to the skills required for consistently delivering the best performance in specific job function. Competence is a combination of skills, personal attributes, and knowledge reflected through observable, measurable, and evaluable performance behavior. It encompasses knowledge, skills, and attitudes relevant to job functions. Previous study by Marnisa, good employee competence typically enhances performance. Developing employee competence is crucial for organizational success. From Astini 2018, in government organizations, human resources are referred to as civil servants. Competence in this context refers to the ability level of local government officials in executing their duties, functions, and authorities. Competence mapping for asset managers can be based on Ministry of Administrative and Bureaucratic Reform Regulations number 38 of 2017 and number 23 of 2017, covering technical competence, knowledge, skills, and attitudes or behaviors specific to technical job fields. Managerial competence, knowledge, skills, and attitudes or behaviors for leading or managing organizational units. Sociocultural competence, knowledge, skills, and attitudes or behaviors related to interacting with a diverse society. Employer competence indicators used in this research are based on human resource competence theory, according to Ministry of Administrative and Bureaucratic Reforms Regulations number 38 of 2017. Knowledge, skills, and attitude. Information technology is a familiar term in the digital era. Williams and Sawyer said information technology is a general term that describes any technology that helps humans create, change, store, communicate, and or disseminate information. Information technology has been shown to be a significant factor in various domains. Study by Bhaskaran said IT has been found to enhance employee performance and is integral to government financial reporting as stipulated in Minister of Finance Regulation number 217 of 2022. Furthermore, study by Muhtar and Arlini and Darwani said IT has been instrumental in processing data, to generate high-quality information, supporting asset management and aiding decision-making. And study by Chang said the quality of information, particularly its accuracy, relevance, and reliability, is crucial for effective decision-making. Mugiarto underscored the role of technology in enhancing employee competence in asset management. The study from Agustika and Rahmawati on IT's role in organizational transformation. Ultimately, effective IT integration can bridge leadership and human resource for optimal asset management, fostering transparency, efficiency, and accountability. In this study, the following IT indicators: hardware utilization, software utilization, brainware utilization, data and information processing, and maintenance. Management is the effective utilization of resources to achieve goals. Previous study said good management facilitates the achievement of organizational, employee, and societal objectives. Based on Government Regulation Number 28 of 2020, state-owned assets includes all items bought or acquired at the expense of the state budget or through other legal acquisitions. The indicators listing basic management functions: planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling. Therefore, the conceptual framework of this research is as follows: leadership commitment, employee competence, and information technology influence the management of state-owned assets. The study used grant theory, specifically stewardship theory, to support the management of state-owned assets in government. Additionally, the resource-based view serves as middle theory, bridging the grant theory and applied theory. The applied theories utilized include: the applied theory include organizational commitment and leadership theory to support leadership commitment, human resource competence theory to support human resource competence, technology acceptance model to support information technology. The findings of prior tests or research are enclosed. The role of leadership commitment in managing state-owned assets. The objective analyze the role of leadership commitment in managing state-owned assets using leadership theory. The leadership theory emphasizes the role of leaders in influencing, directing, and motivating subordinates to achieve organizational goals. Committed leaders focus on organizational goals, human resource empowerment, and supporting tools to enhance organizational performance. And the concept in leadership commitment is closely linked to organizational commitments involving leaders and human resource as a unified effort to improve organizational performance. Committed leaders empower human resource through training, support, and skill development. Good leadership involves effective management, clear communication, and strong motivation to achieve organizational goals. High leadership commitment is crucial for managing state-owned assets amid complex challenges. Previous studies show leadership commitment significantly contributes to good asset management culture and implementation of accrual-based accounting policies. And the impact of leadership commitment on asset management. Strong leadership commitment enhances asset management practices. On technology utilization, encourages the adoption of technology to improve efficiency and effectiveness in asset management. On human resource competence, promotes training and development to enhance human resource skill and knowledge. Mediated by information technology, IT acts as a mediator between leadership commitment and asset management, facilitating transparent and efficient processes. Leadership commitment in organizational aspect, human resource empowerment, information technology utilization, and good leadership positively impacts on state-owned asset management, ultimately improving organizational performance. Leadership commitment affects state-owned assets management. Leadership commitment affects the utilization of information technology. Leadership commitment affects human resource competence. Leadership commitment mediated by information technology affects state-owned assets management. Leadership commitment mediated by human resource influence state-owned asset management. Leadership commitment mediated by human resource affects information technology utilization. Leadership commitment mediated by human resource and information technology has an impact on state-owned asset management. Human resource competence in managing state-owned assets. Objective: examine the impact of human resource competence on managing state-owned assets. Human resource competence refers to the knowledge, skills, and abilities individuals possess to perform their duties effectively. Role of human resource competence in state-owned asset management. Human resource competence enhances transparency and accountability in financial reporting, including state-owned assets. By Saputra, 2020. Positive impact on asset management quality by Ekayanti, 2018, and Zulfahmi, 2023, and the role of human resource competence in information technology utilization, crucial for operating IT to improve efficiency and accuracy in state-owned asset management by Faisal, Hadis, and Muhaimin. Also Puspitarini. Human resource competence mediated by information technology in state-owned asset management. IT adoption enhances human resource competence in state-owned asset management by Mugiarto, 2023, and IT support policy implementation, training, and accurate data provision by Agustika, 2023. Human resource competence in knowledge, skills, and attitude positively impacts state-owned asset management, supported by previous research. So the hypothesis: human resource competence affects state-owned assets management. Human resource competence affects IT utilization. Human resource competence mediated by IT affects state-owned asset management. The impact of information technology on managing state-owned assets. The benefits of IT in state-owned asset management enhances recording, reporting, and monitoring of state assets, and improve the overall quality of state-owned asset management. Previous research has demonstrated the positive impact of information technology on various aspects of asset management. Studies have shown that IT enhances the quality of asset reports by Daruno, facilitated the implementation of accrual-based accounting standard by Unita and Faisal, improves employee competence and performance by Mugiarto. Moreover, research has indicated that IT positively influenced the quality of regional state-owned asset reports by Zulfiandi and Ananda, and financial reports by Hadis. However, inconsistent findings exist, as evidenced by Zulfiandi and Ananda, who found no significant impact of IT on state-owned assets reporting quality. In terms of the mediating role of information technology, Praibutok emphasized its function in bridging leadership and e-government benefits. Additionally, Agustika and Rahmawati highlight the critical role of IT in managing and transforming business processes and organizational communication. And so the hypothesis: the utilization of information technology has an impact on state-owned asset management. Research methodology. This study was conducted in work units within the Indonesia Food and Drug Authority. The research subjects were employees working as state-owned asset management administrators. Data collection took place in September 2024. A quantitative causal research design was employed to measure variables, test hypotheses, determine relationships between variables, and understand the characteristics of the population. A questionnaire was used to analyze the causal relationship between information technology, human resource competence, and leadership commitment and state-owned asset management. Primary data was collected through questionnaires. The population of this study comprised all employees in Indonesia Food and Drug Authority work units responsible for managing state-owned assets. The sample consisted employees at IFDA tasked with managing state-owned assets. A total of 83 work units were identified within IFDA, with 181 employees involved in state-owned asset management. Non-probability sampling was used, specifically a technique where every individual in the population has an equal chance of being selected as a sample. A 5-point Likert scale was used to measure respondents' attitude, opinions, and perceptions regarding the research variables. To assess the accuracy and consistency of the collected data, the research instrument was tested using SempPLS for Windows. Validity and reliability testing. To ensure the accuracy and consistency of our research findings, we conducted a series of validity and reliability tests on our measurement instruments. Validity refers to the extent to which a measurement tool accurately measures what it is intended to measure. In this study, we aim to ensure that our variable leadership commitment, human resource competence, information technology, and state-owned asset management were accurately measured. We employed auto-loading as the measurement method, with a recommended value of at least 0.7 by Hare et al., or between 0.4 and 0.7 by Chin. Reliability refers to the consistency of a measurement instrument. A reliable instrument produces consistent results over repeated measurements. To assess reliability, we use converged alpha with a recommended value of at least 0.7. Convergent validity measures the extent to which multiple items that are supposed to measure the same construct converge on a single concept. We assess convergent validity using the average variance extracted with a recommended value of at least 0.5. Discriminant validity ensures that a construct is distinct from other constructs. We assess discriminant validity using the Fornal-Larker criterion and hetero-trait-mono-trait ratio of correlation, with a recommended value of less than 0.9. By conducting this test, we were able to establish the validity and reliability of our measurement instrument. To assess the structural model, several tests were conducted. Multicollinearity refers to a high correlation between independent variables. To detect multicollinearity, we examined the variance inflation factor, with the value less than 5 indicates no significant multicollinearity. Hypothesis testing was conducted to determine the significance of the path coefficients. The p-value was used to assess the significance of the relationship between independent and dependent variables. A p-value less than 0.05 indicates that the hypothesis is supported, suggesting a significant relationship. Conversely, a p-value greater than 0.05 indicates that the hypothesis is not supported, implying no significant relationship. F-square. To quantify the magnitude of the effect of the independent variables on the dependent variables, we calculated the f-square value. An f-square value of 0.02 indicates a small effect, 0.15 indicates a medium effect, and 0.35 indicates a large effect. Partial least squares is a variance-based structural equation modeling technique used to test theoretical models and make predictions. To evaluate the overall fit of the PLS model, several indices are commonly used: R-square, Q-square, standardized root mean square residual, PLS predict, Guidance of Fit Index, and cross-validated predictive ability test. The R-square value measures the proportion of variance in the independent variable that is explained by the independent variables. An R-square value of 0.66 indicates a substantial effect, 0.33 indicates a moderate effect, and 0.19 indicates a weak effect. The Q-square value assesses the predictive relevance of the model. A Q-square value of 0.75 indicates a large predictive relevance, 0.50 indicates a medium predictive relevance, and 0.25 indicates a small predictive relevance. As RMR measures the overall fit of the model, a value less than 0.08 indicates good model fit, while values between 0.08 and 0.10 are still considered acceptable. PLS Predict evaluates the predictive ability of the PLS SEM model by comparing the root mean square error or mean absolute error of the PLS model with a linear regression model. The Guidance of Fit Index provides a comprehensive assessment of the structural model's fit. Guidance of Fit value of 0.1 indicates small fit, 0.25 indicates medium fit, and 0.36 indicates a large fit. The following references were used in this study. Please find attached the questionnaire used to collect data on all variables, including leadership commitment, human resource competence, information technology utilization, and state on asset management.